my name is Zoe Hinton, and I'm here with Lizzie.
Hello.
My mind just died. I was like, wait, what's her name? But it's Lizzie.
Wait.
I remembered. I'm sorry. So, it's been a while.
Yeah.
Because just between school and other things, we've been busy, but we've returned.
Yes.
We'll try to be more consistent in the future.
Yeah. I feel like we should. Because we were doing good. We had like a day. We were like, oh yeah, we'll do it on this day every week, and then yeah.
Life.
Life was like, no, you can't.
It's my senior year and your junior year, so.
Yes. I heard senior year was supposed to be very laid back, though.
It is for some people. For me, I'm taking a bunch of AP classes and independent studies and whatnot, so.
Why did you do that? Why?
I don't really know. It seemed like a good idea, It's like, because you pick your classes in March or whatever in my school, and you're like, yeah, I should take all these AP classes and stuff. That sounds fun and informative, and then you get, the summer homework, and you're like, you want me to read 3 books? You want me to read a play? It's summer. Come on.
Yeah, I was gonna take AP US history, and then they sent an email out like, hey, summer homework. And then I immediately kicked myself out of that class this summer.
I liked AP US history mostly because my teacher was really cool. And we didn't have summer homework for AP US, but we did have summer homework for AP Euro. And we had to we had a map of Europe, and we had to put a whole bunch of we had to label all this stuff on it. But what I didn't know, because I didn't read the instructions very clearly, what I didn't know is that there was going to be a quiz on the map of Europe the first day of school. So I did the map, and then I was like, all right, I'm done. I didn't study it or anything. Did not do well in that quiz.
Mm-hmm. I'm not taking any classes, like AP classes or honors, because I can't. You
could.
No.
I believe in you.
Because I was thinking, oh, I like history. It's good. But then my teacher was like, no, you have to love it. You have to have a passion. I was like, yeah, I don't have a passion. I'm sorry. I can't do that. So none of that. And then I wasn't gonna take honors English because I'm not good at writing anyway. So I'm not doing that. The only hard class I'm taking is math, and that's required anyway, and I'm not taking AP or honors of that. I struggle. Ooh, I'm taking anatomy, and next year we go on a field trip, and we could see a dead body and hold its guts and organs, and it's just gonna be great.
That sounds disgusting.
It's so fun. It's gonna be so fun. I'm so excited.
I think one of the forensics class at my school got to do a video seminar and watch people work in a morgue or whatever with a dead body. I didn't take forensics.
We're gonna poke it. Yeah.
Ew. I'm not really taking too much hands-on-y classes. I have a media and a writing, 2 independent studies, media and writing. I'm taking AP English and AP Spanish, and college algebra, and psychology, and probably something else. I don't know.
I almost heard Scientology. And
no, not Scientology. Psychology.
Okay. Trying to go back to Star Wars in
Yeah.
animation, I animated a leaf, and that was really bad, like falling off a tree. But like, and I kept telling myself, I was like, oh, it's because we don't have like the tablets yet, because it can't connect to the computers that we got. So and they've been trying to work on that. Um, So the leaf is just that's why. But then I saw like other people's and they're super good even without a laptop. Like, okay, it's just my fault. It's okay. We'll keep working on it. Um but anyway, Star Wars. So I made a BB-8 and cuz our first assignment was to do a bouncing ball. And so I did the bouncing ball. And then I had extra time, so I just animated a little BB-8 ball go like swooping up and catching itself, like in Force Awakens. And it's not done because I need to add like the little details, like his face and his little orangeness. But
The orangeness.
yes,
It sounds like, when people say, like, Your Highness or whatever, it sounds like for BB-8, his orangeness.
his orangeness. So yeah, that's pretty cool. That's Star Wars.
See, do I have any Star Wars stories to tell from school so far? I don't think so.
Ooh, I got one. So in Spanish class, we had to do a presentation on like on a person that was born or came from Puerto Rico. So I did Benicio del Toro. What?
That's what I thought you were going to say.
Yes,
I knew.
I did that.
One mind.
Yes. I was gonna do Freddie Prinze Jr. because he wasn't born there, but like where he's from, I don't know. Yeah. So, but Benicio del Toro is not more interesting. Like Freddie Prinze Jr. is more interesting to me, but I didn't want this presentation to be longer than it should be.
Oh.
So, because it's a new class, so I don't know any of the people there. And my Spanish isn't that good. So, yeah. So I did it on him. And, we're supposed to say, oh, why is he famous? He's an actor. And, I try to put, like, more than just Star Wars pictures of him up there on the presentation. It was a bit hard. There is when he is it GIF or GIF? I don't want to be wrong.
It's
GIF, because GIF is Jiffy.
Saying
like
GIF is grounds for execution.
Awesome. GIF. There was one when in Last Jedi when he says maybe, like he turns over and says maybe. Yeah. So I changed that, and I didn't change it, but I just put a text over it saying like maybe in Spanish, and I was so proud of myself.
I'm proud of you too, Lizzie.
Thank you. I'm really disappointed because the teacher only told us to present it to like classmates, like in individual groups, and not to the whole class, because I wanted to show her that GIF, and I was really sad. And then in the end, when he gives back Rose's necklace, and he like waves his hand away, I did that for the end of the presentation. I'm so proud of myself for that presentation, and it will never be seen by anyone, and I'm really sad that it won't. Oh well, it's okay. Yeah, so that's Star Wars school.
Star Wars school. I would go to a Star Wars school.
That would be awesome. I feel like we would get A+ there.
Definitely.
Mm-hmm.
I have a Star Wars school story, but it's from last year. I've probably already told it on the podcast before. I don't know why I just thought of it. Well, it's not that much of a story. But basically, so whenever we would work on labs and stuff in physics last year, my physics teacher would put on music, and most of his music was from, like, different movies and video games and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And one time, I was holding 2 meter sticks because I was holding my own, and someone told me to hold theirs. And then Duel of the Fates came on, and I locked eyes with this other kid who was holding 1 meter stick. So obviously the thing that I had to do was put my 2 meter sticks together and have a lightsaber fight with him.
Yes, obviously that's what you do.
Yeah, it's my only option. What else am I supposed to do?
Yeah.
And yeah, that's pretty much it. We almost knocked over a bunch of stuff, so we stopped. We didn't get yelled at though.
That's always good. That's a plus. I taught a classmate how to do 8 count or 4 count and 8 count. From Saber Guild, because I was bored and it was lunchtime and we also had meter sticks. So, yeah, that was good. Do we have news?
Well, the main news is that the Star Wars Resistance trailer came out
After
the day after on our last podcast episode. I was like, I bet they're going to release a Resistance trailer right after we record this. And they did. So...
Yes. And... they all hate us. I think I'm just going to say that right now.
They have their Lucasfilm spies listening to all the podcasts, waiting for someone to say something like that. They live for dramatic irony.
Yeah. I mean, who doesn't? It's okay. I don't know why I was having this conversation with I don't know. Like, I was having a conversation with my mom, and, like, I don't remember what it was about, but it was probably some kind of drama. I think probably in a show. Hopefully in a show. And, so we were talking about that, and then she was like, why do people love this so much? I'm like, because it's drama. She's like, well, why do people like drama? Because it makes life interesting. If we didn't have drama, everyone would be boring and bored. That's why, like, I don't know, have you ever heard of, like, those relationships? Oh.
Sorry. Since I turned on Skype, there was a thing, and it was, like, this big bubble, and it said, click this here to do something, and it wouldn't go away, so I just had to do it real quick. Sorry. It was bugging me.
I dropped out.
No, I'm right here. Alright, continue your story. Sorry.
It's okay. What was I saying?
Saying your mom, drama, and... Yeah.
You know those, like, weird relationships where, like, the girlfriend always wants to get mad at the boyfriend for no reason, but just to have drama?
Yeah.
Like...
I know those people.
Yeah, right. It's awful. And then, like, why do people do that? Like, I get the whole drama thing, but are they that bored?
Apparently.
Just watch Friends. Okay. Be Zoe.
Be Zoe.
Yes. Don't be like the bee, because the bee is dead.
Oh.
Yes.
Okay.
Wise words from Safi.
Yeah. I forgot about that. I just thought you were talking about, like, a random bee was dead. I was like, what? And then I remembered.
Yes. So, I don't know. Why was I talking about drama? Oh, because Lucasfilm. Drama.
And
yes.
People... Actually, recently, not, like, weeks ago recently, because that's how recent a lot of the news we talk about is going to be today. Kelly Marie Tran issued. Well, she issued a statement like 2 or 3 weeks ago. About. Was it with. She did it with Variety or something? I think. I don't know who she did it with.
I don't
Vogue?
remember.
I don't know all the magazines.
I think I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, a couple weeks ago she released one, and it was like her first time mentioning how kind of talking about how she was harassed and
Right.
stuff.
Harassed and just,
How-
kind of. I read that and I wanted to cry.
It was really powerful.
Yeah,
And I don't think I would do justice reading it. So, I mean, most people probably read it by now anyway. But if you haven't read it, I would recommend reading it for yourself because just her words written down do a lot better than I think I could read it. I mean, unless Lizzie wants to read it. No? Well, she did today speak again in, I guess, an interview.
I don't think I've seen that.
Yeah, it was just a couple hours ago, according to cinemablend.com. And she said, I can read her exact quote. She said, this is about coming back possibly to social media. She said, I think that there are, just like anything else, really good and really bad things that come with anything. I felt like I wanted to write something that was honest and that truly came from me, and I don't know if I'll ever go back. So, I get her not wanting to come back.
Yeah, definitely.
The harassment, honestly, the harassment that everyone involved with, like, new Star Wars stuff has been getting.
Even
I think especially her.
Huh?
I think especially Kelly, obviously, and John Boyega. I feel like I've been getting the brunt of it. Well, Daisy Ridley did get a lot, too.
Well, because she's female, but, like, there wasn't much because race, I guess.
Yeah. And there Kelly and John have both been getting a lot. Mark Hamill gets a fair amount, I think. But he's, like, been also dealing with it for, like, 40 years. So it's a little less to him compared to the others, the newer ones who are... Because with the exceptions of maybe, like, Adam Driver, maybe Oscar Isaac, and, like, Del Toro, most of the people playing characters now in Star Wars are a little newer. Like, they're younger, and they hadn't really done any big work before. So this kind of backlash is, like, new to them. Like, I don't doubt that they haven't, faced things like this. I just think this is a really large scale that they're not used to. So I think Mark Hamill, just because it's been a while for him, handles it a little better.
Yeah.
And he also gets a lot less, I think.
Right.
Both of them.
So, I'm always scared to pronounce names, but the guy who played Jar Jar...
Ahmed Best?
Yes. I knew it. Okay. Sorry. Sorry. But he's doing these YouTube videos now. And my dad and I have been, well, not much me, but my dad has been, like, watching them. And the parts that I've watched, it's just so sad. Because a lot of these people, like, that are being picked on, a lot of them, like Ahmed Best and, oh god, why am I forgetting names? Rose.
Kelly.
Why can't I think her name?
Is she going by her real name?
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm used to calling her Kelly Marie Tran. Her real name's Loan? I think that's how you pronounce it. I think that is. I could be wrong.
We could be wrong.
Yeah.
Very wrong, probably.
That should be our tagline. We could be wrong.
Yeah.
We try, though.
Yeah. We're not trying to disrespect anyone. We just...
I think, I think I saw a tweet where someone... I mean, obviously it's hard to convey phonetics always through written language, but I think if I read the tweet right on how to pronounce her name, it's Loan.
Loan. I think my dad said it, and I think that sounded correct, but I don't remember how he said it.
Okay.
Sorry. So, like, I don't know, in this, and for both of them, it's kind of sad sometimes, like, when they were talking about how they kind of just accepted it. They just accepted all these, like, bad things that were, like, being said about them. Like, Ahmed thought, he deserved all the stuff that was coming to him.
Yeah.
Which, right there, that sounds, like, awful. And he really didn't. Like, he did nothing wrong. Ever. No one... These good people, they never do anything wrong. Why can't... I don't understand.
I wish people who harass the celebrities that don't do anything but play a character that they happen to not like, I wish the people that instead of putting all their energy into harassing these people, not the characters aren't real, but the people playing them,
right.
I wish they would put that much energy into not harassing, but calling out people who who actually do things that are wrong, you know?
Yeah.
Because there are lots of famous people who do, like, heinous things, and they can typically wait for it to blow over. So I wish instead of hounding on people who didn't do anything, they would maybe hound more on, like, genuinely awful and dangerous people.
Mm-hmm. Right, but they don't. So it's just dumb. And I just feel really bad and want to just hug them all.
Yeah.
Give them a big hug, because they didn't deserve any of that, and...
I think one thing, it's not quite as serious, but one thing that kind of bothers me is even people who don't harass the actors and don't, you know, and, like, maybe have non-racist and non-sexist reasons for hating a character or whatever, they still, like, when they're talking about the harassment these actors receive, they'll start it with, I don't like Rose, or I don't like Finn, or I don't like Jar Jar, or whatever. I don't like this character, but... And it's like, you don't need to... Your opinion on the character is not relevant, at least in my opinion.
Right. Well, because I don't know, the character's not real.
Yeah, so you don't have to be like, I don't like this character, but... Because, like, let's say hypothetically, you know, they do read those kind of comments, and if everyone's just starting their thing with, I don't like that character, but it just feels like these people are valuing their opinions on a fictional character more than the feelings of real life people.
Mm-hmm. And sometimes, like, they say they don't like the character, so they don't like the actor, which makes no sense, because, like, even if... Because the actor didn't really... not that he didn't choose, but it's not his fault the character is like how they are.
Yeah, and also, like, the actor isn't their character.
Right. So, like, doesn't make sense.
Well, like, for example, like, I don't like Kylo Ren. I think I made that clear. But I don't hate Adam Driver. I don't think Adam Driver has social media, but if he did, I wouldn't be sending him mean tweets or whatever. Like, you suck. Like, he's just playing a villain. You're supposed to hate villains.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just... People don't know how to... I don't know. People don't know how to be nice
Yeah, I don't like Padme sometimes, but I'm not mad to Natalie Portman or anything. I'm not. She's good in other stuff. I mean, I'm not saying she was bad in this. Just don't like her character. Uh, trying to. Oh god. Yeah. So I don't know. Just people should be nice to one another, but they're not, and it's awful.
It's
Sorry.
no, you're right. I don't know. I don't even know what to say. Just be a human being.
Right,
Sure.
but like human beings are not
Okay.
that great.
Yeah. Be a. I don't know. Be nice. Be compassionate.
Be a Zoe.
I don't know. I'm not always the nicest person. Be a Jonah.
Jonah?
Yeah.
Yes.
Be a Jonah.
Yes. Jonah's good.
Yeah. Just. And like honestly, if you watch a movie and you hate a character so much that you just feel this need to start harassing the actor, just delete social media. Honestly,
Right.
if you can't handle being in an online space without harassing others, then you shouldn't be in that online space.
Yeah. Just. You'd think things would get better. That people would learn from these things.
You think people would have learned from Ahmed Best and from who's the kid that played Anakin in Phantom Menace? Jake Lloyd. And honestly, pretty much all the prequel actors, actually. You think people would have learned from all the things they've said, especially Ahmed Best, Hayden Christensen, and Jake Lloyd.
Yeah.
You'd think they would have learned from Daisy deleting, and then from Kelly or Lowen deleting. And then you'd think they'd learn from how much hate John and Mark get, but they don't.
Mm-hmm.
I don't get it.
I feel bad for Jake Lloyd. Like, he was just a kid.
I know. He was what? He was like 9.
Yeah, it's just not, like, they don't care. People don't care. It's just, they're gonna pick on a little kid. Then that's just,
But like, and it's because of a movie.
yeah.
A movie. It's not real.
It's not real, and, like, the kid's just doing his job.
Like, I think there's important conversations you can have with and about movies and TV and whatever else, entertainment in general.
Mm-hmm.
But if it reaches a point where you are taking it so seriously that you're harassing real life people over it,
Yeah.
step back, find a new hobby, go like, I don't know, knit or play golf or something, I don't know. Just chill.
Chill.
Calm down.
Yeah, this poor kid, man. I just feel bad for them all, and we need to hug them all.
Yeah. I think they need less people harassing them first. And second, they need more support that doesn't start with, I hated your character, but.
Yeah.
Because I'm just thinking, like, if I was an actress and I played a character and I got harassed over it and everyone hated it and someone was being nice, but they started it with, I hated your character, like that, that's not going to make me feel too much better.
No.
Like, it's like, if you were sad and you were like, people at school are making fun of me, and I was like, well, I would make fun of you too, but, like, it's not, that doesn't help.
No.
It undoes the niceness of whatever I'm about to say.
Mm-hmm. And, like, what goes through someone's head that they're like, yeah, this movie, it sucked, so I'm gonna just, Also, this Jake Lloyd's like 5'5". He's small.
He's
like,
bigger than me.
What?
He's bigger than me.
Yeah, but like by a little. I'm taller than him. I don't know. I wanted to know. Because, like, I don't know. Natalie Portman's 5'3". And
Felicity Jones is also 5'3".
So small.
Everyone's so tiny. I'd fit in perfectly in the Star Wars universe. Everyone's tiny.
Then what about me? Where would I go?
You're not that much. You're like 2 inches taller than me, Lizzie.
Still taller. Wonder how tall Cassian is. I need to know. He makes the best chilaquiles. He's 5'10". I can still be a good guy. Yeah, just a thing that should be said. People should be nice to each other.
Yeah. I mean, like, you can have conversations about why you did or didn't like, you know, Jar Jar or Anakin or Rose or Finn. Though I don't see any reasons to hate Rose or Finn, I gotta be honest.
Yeah.
They're perfect. But like, you can, it is possible to have civil discussions about what you did and didn't like and stuff. You're allowed to have opinions.
You ever hate when someone starts their sentence off with, "I'm not racist, but..."
Yeah.
I hate it.
You know they're about to say.
Right. It's just... I just can't take them seriously right off the bat. Like...
And, like, even, like, the 1% of the time, what they say isn't, like, overtly racist. Like, now that they said that, you're like, what do they mean? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because, I mean, like, usually it's followed by something flat out racist, but one time where it's, like, something that's not super, like, obvious, you know? But since they added that first part, you're like, well, I think you mean something differently than what I would assume.
So, like, I just hate that.
Yeah. That is common, though, in a lot of people that say they hate Rose.
Yeah. It's... we just need to... Because I keep trying to think, like, they should ignore them and all that stuff, but that's not really hard. It's not easy, sorry. It's not easy to ignore that.
I mean...
Since it's everywhere. Like, then you had to delete your social media because of it. Like, it wasn't like you were... I don't even know. Like, they weren't in a... I'm trying to think of an example. But there's just no good reason to make fun of anyone or pick on someone at all.
Yeah.
So,
well, even, like, ignoring them doesn't necessarily make it go away.
Yeah.
If anything, I think in online kind of spaces, I think there's different rules online in real life in some ways, not in all ways. But, like, online, someone ignoring you, like, could just make you feel even more like there's no consequence to what you're doing.
Yeah.
You know, because I feel like, and I think we all fall into this a little bit, when we're on, like, the internet, we sometimes don't remember that there's going to be consequences. So if you would be harassing someone and they don't respond or anything, it'll make you forget even more that there's going to be consequences to what you do. I don't know. People are just, I don't know.
There's
Just be nice. It's not hard.
It's not. I, and then like I hate that there's because I'm always thinking like, oh, it's okay. It'll get better. It'll get better. And then like it does get better, but then when you go, but that's like only on one side of society. Then the whole other side is like awful. And because like when I went to my high school that I'm going to now, like all of it is they're all like so open to everything, and like they don't judge you, they they accept you, and I was like, wow, we're really working on like being awesome and accepting everyone and no matter what and stuff like that. But then I go and then I hear a bunch of some dumb fans like that are declaring war on Lucasfilm and trying to create their own movie, and I'm like, oh my god, guys, why? Like, don't know.
It's people are like very divided, and sometimes when you live in like, or like when you're surrounded by people from like one group, you sort of get the feeling you're like, oh, well, most people are like this, and then you remember there are others and they suck.
Yes,
because we live in pretty different areas. Sometimes I feel like, and I don't know, I'm jealous of your school.
I know, I'm sorry. You come over here.
Gladly would.
I find it so funny when there is like when there is a guy that claims he's like, oh, I'm homophobic. I'm like, no, you're just a jerk. Like, because I had a classmate that he told me he was like, oh, I'm homophobic. And I'm like, what are you doing in this school then? Like, what are you doing here?
They'd fit right into my school.
Yeah, well, we'll just send everyone over there, and like, you can come over here and it'll be great. So, yes, do it. Come here, all the way over here. For
Okay.
maybe creative writing or filming.
Filming.
Yes.
Alright. So, how'd we get here? Okay. Remember.
What were we talking? We were talking about Kelly and Ahmed, and then
Yeah. And then now we're here.
yeah.
I remember.
Nice.
I don't know. I don't know how much else I have to say. Just be nice to others.
Be excellent to each other.
Yeah.
And yeah, I don't know. Like, I've tried. Like in school, they're like teaching us, like in English, they're like, so when we're having arguments, I can't stand my teacher's voice sometimes because she's so calm about everything, which is fine, which is cool. But then, like, I don't know. Sorry. Okay. So we were just talking about how, like, when we're having arguments with people, we should always just, always be open-minded. So even if you don't agree with the other side, you should still be willing to listen and be able to try to see their point of view. I know, like, sometimes that's like really hard to do. But yeah, so like she put us in different. She had us on the walls she had like, against or strongly against or agree, don't agree. Yeah, anyway, so stuff like that. And she was asking questions. She was like, oh, so even if the law is awful, like, would you go against it, or would you go against it violently or not, or would you try to talk it out? And so, we'd go to our different corners that we like either agreed or disagreed, and we had to like talk it out with the other side, which was pretty cool. And we were good at like not like upsetting each other, which was I kind of, and like listening to each other. So I don't know, I just think people should do that more often if they have different opinions on things. And yeah, I don't know, now I'm just rambling. Sorry.
I mean, that sounds like a good activity. I think we did something like that once in like 6th grade. But it wasn't questions like that. It was questions about like ice cream or whatever.
Yeah, I thought that's what we were gonna do, and then she got all serious about it. I was like, okay.
Yeah.
Now we're talking about the law and politics. Awesome.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I just think that people should do that more often.
Yeah. Be civil.
Yes.
And don't harass people.
Don't be uncivilized.
Why do we need to tell adults this?
Hey, we have some, young listeners too, okay?
Yeah, I know, but it's like the adults that are the ones harassing a lot of the times, it feels like. These people.
Right. But
why do the teenagers need to be like, hey, adults, be,
chill.
Yeah, calm down. Be mature. I don't get it, Lizzie.
They're not being adults.
So, be adults.
Yes.
Please.
Good sir. People just gotta chill out and be excellent to each other.
Yeah. How many times do we have to say it? Just be nice.
Yeah.
I think it's really funny when these people are acting like they're defending the spirit of Star Wars as if the Star Wars heroes would at all support what they do.
Mm-hmm.
You think Luke Skywalker would want you to harass people for just existing and doing their jobs? No.
Right. I mean,
you think Obi-Wan Kenobi would go on Twitter rants about how the SJWs are ruining Star Wars?
Oh my god. I was just thinking of like Anakin posting tweets, like horrible tweets about the Jedi Council. Yeah, I don't know. Just, it's funny. People are hilarious.
Although, honestly, I feel like people talk a lot about how there's too many women in Star Wars now. But, like, are there really? With the exception of Last Jedi, we have, like, one per movie.
Right. It's just...
Because, I mean, like, there's, like, supporting, characters that are women. But, like, we have, like, one main woman in Force Awakens, one in Rogue One, and then 2 in Last Jedi. Like, that's not a lot.
No.
You could argue Holdo and Leia and Maz, but that's still a couple compared to how many men. But I'm not... No hate against those male characters. I love them to death. But, like, we're not, like, overstocked on women right now.
Right. We'll get there someday.
We'll get there.
We're slowly getting there.
We have, Sabine, Hera, Rey, Jyn, Rose.
Rose. Yeah. Holdo. Leia.
Holdo.
No, I can't really think of any.
From the new Disney ones. Or who's, oh god, what's her name? From Resistance.
Oh, I don't know any of their names.
I don't know any of their names either.
I think I know who you're talking about. There's like two, right?
Yeah, I'm talking about the one with like, the one that looks like one of Tracer's skin. You don't know Overwatch. The one in the blue and orange.
I knew what you were talking about.
No, oh. Well, I don't think you know all the different Overwatch skins that each of the characters have.
No, but it reminded me of that a lot.
Yeah, her outfit reminds me of Tracer's. I think it's, no, T-Racer's the other one. It's T-Racer and Mach T. Tracer's Mach T skin. It's one of her legendaries from Overwatch. No one probably cares right now that's listening. But I care. It's what her outfit reminds me of.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not crazy.
No. No.
That's a good segue into the Resistance trailer.
Yeah. Let's talk about that.
Yeah, that's more fun.
Yes.
So
what did you think?
I really like it. I will say, and I know everyone said this, so I'm not at all the first person to say this. I have to get used to the animation. It's not that I don't like it, it's just different. You know?
Yeah.
I'll get used to it. I know that. I need, you know, give me like 1 or 2 episodes and I'll be fine.
Right. I feel like that's how I was kind of with Rebels. Just like a little. Not that much.
Yeah. Rebels was a lot closer to Clone Wars. Resistance is like a new kind of thing. Honestly, when they said anime inspired, I thought it was going to be like an anime-ish kind of style. Which, I mean, I guess it kind of is, but it is more 3D.
Well, it reminded me when I first saw it, it was like, because I saw it and I was like, okay, that doesn't seem very anime. I think I know what they're talking about, but it reminded me, and I think it was Poe. When I saw Poe, I was like, oh, this reminds me of Disney Infinity.
I see that. I didn't even think of that. Lizzie, you're smart.
Yeah. Yay. Because I saw it, like, and I was like, this looks strangely familiar. Something Disney, and my dad's like, Disney? What are you talking about? I'm like, Disney Infinity! There we go. And then he was like, oh, okay, I got you. I'm like, awesome.
Yeah, I definitely see that now that you said it. Now I'm not gonna have to adjust as much. Thank you, Lizzie.
Yes.
Yeah, it looks really good. I think the ships and stuff look really cool in that style. Oh, God.
Yeah, the ships look cool. I love the new droid. Is his name Bucket?
But yeah, I think it's Bucket. He's adorable.
I love him. He's so cute.
I am, because from what I gather from the trailer at least, this show is going to be like investigating and seeing who's a spy. Mm-hmm. Which means whatever character I wind up loving the most is going to be the spy. That's just how these things work.
Uh-huh.
You know? Because I'm saying, like, you shouldn't, to myself, like, you shouldn't get attached to them because someone's going to be a spy. But I know me. I fall in love with characters way too easily.
Yes.
So.
There's nothing wrong with that. It's okay.
Yeah.
I'll just get their souls crushed later.
Yeah. So. Yeah, I think this show is going to be good. I like all the characters look cool and fun. I feel like Filoni is still the only one championing in the new Star Wars stuff for colorful aliens, and I support that so much. Because, like, all the new, like, aliens are just, like, a lot of them look like blobby, wrinkly, hairy, and then, like, they're kind of washed out color-wise. Where in They animated Star Wars, and in the prequels and originals, you have like greens and blues and reds and spiky thingies, and it all looks really cool. But in the new movies, everyone's pretty washed out, and I'm not about that. I like the fun colors.
Another thing when we first got that picture of the characters,
Yes.
that like since I couldn't really see it, like from far away, it kind of reminded me of Voltron.
I could see that a little bit. I thought the lead dude, I thought he looked like Mako from Legend of Korra, which is like the same kind of team of people. Parts of the team, at least. So they have similar animation. I love Legend of Korra.
I haven't seen it, but I know the art style.
Yeah, you should. Yeah, after you finish Avatar, you gotta watch Korra.
I haven't been watching Avatar.
Well, you gotta watch it.
Why?
It's good. It's so good. Zuko is such a character that you would like. He's so emo. He's like
disagree.
He's like better Kylo Ren, but nice.
See though, he didn't kill. There was like one kid that he didn't kill, and I was really disappointed because that kid was annoying.
No, Lizzie.
I don't know. The kid was throwing eggs at him. Okay.
You gotta finish Avatar. I still maintain it is one of the best animated shows ever. Not the best, one of the best. I know Clone Wars and Rebels are before it. But one of the... And Filoni works on it.
Traitor. I'm aware.
You haven't even gotten to the Bendu yet.
Don't wanna.
It's so good, Lizzie.
But it's okay. I'm okay. I think it's all of like I don't like the jokes. I can't look past the jokes, and that makes me sad.
Okay, but sometimes it gets really like emotional.
And like, predictable.
Yeah. No, not predictable.
Yeah.
You gotta watch it.
Also, I like that. Okay, sorry. Really, like the Resistance again.
Yeah,
I like that green character. I don't remember his name.
The green dude. I like all the characters. It's not fair. One of them's gonna be a spy, and then I'm gonna be sad.
He ate his dog. I'm betting my money on him. He ate his pet. Who does that? Also, what if it is that girl that you like? The one that you sent me a picture of. That would be sad. I wonder, do you think they'll, like, I guess everyone keeps saying every little Disney thing that they send out is just a kids show or whatever, since they were saying Rebels is a kids show, even though it's like not, it's just a show.
Well, okay, I don't, I honestly don't care if it's a kids show or whatever, because kids shows are really good, especially kids cartoons. I feel like kids cartoons, not all of them, but some of them have some of the most like in-depth storytelling and world building ever. And I feel like people are always writing them off, when I think animation as a medium has so much potential. And when people, when they say adult cartoons, instead of using that medium without as many censors to have a good and beautiful story, they just want to shove as many inappropriate jokes into it as they can. So, like, I don't know. I don't care if it's a kid's show or not. because that doesn't mean it's not going to be really good.
Mm-hmm.
And kids shows get away with a lot. Like, I'm sorry, but I'm firmly in the Rebels is a kids show camp. I just think that's okay. It's okay if it's a kids show. 'Cause, I mean, not that only kids can watch it, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
But, like, I think it is basically, if you had to put it into one of those categories, it's a kids show. But, like, kids shows get away with a lot. You know, we saw a lightsaber connect with Kanan's face. You know?
Mm-hmm.
So, I don't know. I don't care it's a kids show, because kids shows are still good, basically. That's my opinion.
Okay. Opinion.
Opinion. That's my onion.
Opinion.
What's your opinion, Lizzie?
I don't know. Like, I don't think Rebels is really a kids show. I feel like it's just a show. Like, it's just a Star Wars show. Because the thing I'm scared about with Resistance, and I wouldn't mind if it did, I'll just, like, kind of just cheesy jokes and stuff like that, because there wasn't much in the trailer, but I'm scared they might do some of that.
I mean, Filoni is still heavily involved with this.
Right.
So I don't think, I don't think it'll be too cheesy.
Mm-hmm.
I think it'll be kind of like both Rebels and Clone Wars.
Yeah.
Both shows started more kid-like.
Yeah.
With cheesier jokes. I mean, the second episode of Rebels was a fruit run?
Yeah.
And then look where we are in the last episode. You know?
Mm-hmm.
So.
Yeah. I get you.
Yeah. Because even in some of the darkest points of the show, both Rebels and Clone Wars again, like they kept it light, because I know you say it's not a kids show, but I think it is a kids show. It's on Cartoon Network and it's on Disney XD.
Well, I don't know.
I'm not saying that is a bad thing.
Right, I know.
And I'm not saying that it means adults can't watch it. I just think if you have to put it into one of those categories, I think it would fall under kids show.
Right. I think the reason I'm saying it's not really a kid show is because a lot of people's excuses for not watching it is because they say, "Oh, well, it's a kid show, so I don't really watch it." But like, like you say, like kids shows can be really good and get away with stuff. So, I don't know. Sometimes whenever someone says, "Oh, Rebels is just a kid show," I'm like, well, not really. It's just a show. It's just really good. Even if it was, then it's a really, really good kid show.
Yeah, I understand that.
Yeah, so I don't know. That's
your onion.
Yeah.
I have my onion. You have your onion.
Yes. You see, people. You see. This is how we do a good. Like not argument, but just
a discussion.
Yes.
A civil disagreement.
Yes. I'm not yelling. I mean, I am, but that's just who I am.
We're not yelling. We're not buying toys to rip them up. Do they really think they're showing... I'm sorry. I don't want to get back on this for too long, but do they really think they're, like, showing Disney when they buy Rose or Rey or whoever toys and rip them up? Like, you're still giving them their money.
Yeah.
Like, they don't care what you do after you buy it. You already bought it.
You bought it. You gave them the money. You're supporting them in a way.
Well, yeah. Well, because, like, when the sales execs or whatever are drawing up their charts for how many of each figure sold that month, they're not calculating the percents of people that bought it just to burn it or whatever. They're like, oh, lots of people bought this Rose figure. We'll make more because people are buying them. They're not being like, well, 30% bought it just to rip its arms off, so we should cut down production. Like, they don't do that.
Right. Have you seen Kimmy Schmidt?
No, I've seen parts of it because it's just being around while my parents watch it, but I haven't seen it, like, sat down and watched it.
It's really good. It's really funny. So, like, there's this one episode where this girl, why can't I remember her name? I can't remember names today. Anyway, so she goes in and she's, like, protesting because she doesn't like that this company is, like, calling, I think it was just kind of a sports team that they're calling them the Indians because, like, it's offensive to her and, like, her family. And so she goes in, but then she ends up, like, on their side because, I don't know, like, it doesn't matter. The whole point is, like, they go in and they realize that the fans are mad and they're protesting against this, the name, so they're buying all of the jerseys and they're burning them. So then they make more, the company makes more things that they hate, so that way there are more protests and more, like, purchases of these jerseys, because they don't care what they do to them. It's just their money. They get rich off of it.
These people don't know what a protest is.
No.
Well, because honestly, if they're so entitled, they've never had to protest before. And so now that, you know, they get mad about something that's honestly, you know, I don't want to say stupid because that would make it sound like Rose's existence is not important, because it is, but, like, stupid that they're getting mad about it, you know what I mean?
Yes.
And they don't know how to do it.
No.
Like, the point of protesting is to not give the company or whatever you're protesting your money or time or whatever. Like, it's
just boycott. And, you know, I can't think, because I guess I've never really protested. I've never had to, like, not buy a toy. I don't know. So just all I would say is,
like,
I can't really think. I can't get into that mindset, though.
Well, like, what do they want? So they make these videos destroying these action figures or whatever they're destroying. What do they think is going to happen? Do they think, like, a Disney person is going to, like, watch that and be like, oh, no, we can't make any more of those figures? Or do they think, like, someone's going to see it and be like, oh, well, I'm not going to buy that figure now? Like, what do they think's going to happen?
Right.
Do they think that Disney's just going to be like, you know what? Last Jedi isn't canon anymore because random Twitter user number 300,000 broke a toy? I don't get it.
Yeah. I don't understand their logic.
Like, by all means, you don't have to like The Last Jedi. I have issues with parts of it and stuff. I don't think there's anyone that maybe has 100%, you know, thinks that, you know, there's nothing at all they would change. But, like, and you can talk about why you didn't like it, you know.
But you don't have to hurt people's feelings, and you don't have to rip apart toys like a child. And just, like, there are a couple of things that, like, there are places here that I don't go to. I'm not going to name them or say why. But, like, there are places that I don't go to, you know, for certain reasons. And I don't just go there and I buy their stuff and then, like, you know, rip it apart or whatever. It's just dumb. Why would you do that? Like, sorry, I'm just repeating myself, but I still don't understand.
We're just repeating and trying to figure it out, but it's not working.
It's not working. It's just interesting.
I mean, yeah.
What
they
would we
don't.
do without them?
I just what is I I don't get it.
It's okay. I think it's probably good that we don't.
Yeah, I just because like they can. I don't know. Like if you don't like the new Star Wars, like the old Star Wars still exists. You can still talk about that.
Mm-hmm.
You know, or like there have been times where I'm talking to someone and like Star Wars comes up inevitably because it's me, and they'll be like, "Oh yeah, I hated the Last Jedi." I'm like, "Okay, so we don't have to talk about the Last Jedi. What about what parts of Star Wars do you like?" And they just want to keep talking about how much they hated the Last Jedi. Just why?
Yeah. Like
It's
I
like
understand. There's some parts. There are some times where I'm like, oh, I don't like this thing. Let me tell you why. Which I do that sometimes, and but like I'm not rude about it. I just
well, like you know, I'm all for talking about things you don't like. I talk about things I don't like a lot, but
Mhm.
I feel like these people never talk about the parts of Star Wars they do like.
Right.
Like if you don't like, you
There
know,
has to be a balance.
if you don't like all this stuff about Star Wars, talk about it. I can't stop you. Talk about it. Discuss it. But you're also allowed to talk about what you do like.
Hmm. You
Like
don't
it
have to
doesn't
focus on that one thing that'll make you unhappy.
like it doesn't make like your hate for Last Jedi or whatever you don't like isn't invalid because you also like Empire Strikes Back.
Hmm.
I don't know. I
It's
don't get
okay.
it.
It's okay, and we will probably never get it.
Alright, back to Resistance.
Oh, I hope there's no hate for the resistance. Oh,
I'm sure there already is.
yeah. Like, did I tell you about my classmate that I showed them the resistance thing? They didn't even we didn't have anything except for that picture of it was a BB-8 and the ship in air. And that's it. That's all we had. And it said the resistance. And then I showed it to him, and he was like, "Oh, I hate the animation." I'm like,
I know. I think you did tell me about this.
"Yeah, you haven't seen any of it yet." Like, so if there's people like him, then there's probably already hate, and I feel really bad for them.
I just because people, Clone Wars had to end, got canceled, and then Rebels came out, and everyone's like, no, bring back Clone Wars. As if Rebels happening doesn't stop them from bringing back Clone Wars. Because, Disney's a really tiny company. They can only do one thing at a time. Anyway. And then Force of the Destiny, and they're like, no, bring Clone Wars back. And then Resistance was announced, and they're like, no, bring Clone Wars back. And then they bring Clone Wars back, and then they're still complaining about it not being Clone Wars on Resistance. Like, we got it. We got Clone Wars back, man. I don't...
Yeah.
What do you want?
It's just,
I think Resistance is gonna be good.
I think so too.
We don't really know that much until it comes out.
Mm-hmm.
We just know, characters. Someone's gonna be a spy. It's gonna be whatever character I like the most. Because that's just what happens.
Mm-hmm. What if
And
you actually really hate that one?
it's a good day for me then, huh?
Yeah.
So what returning characters do we have confirmed? We have Poe, Leia, Phasma,
BB-8.
BB-8. It looks like Cardinal from the one picture of the characters we got from like that panel or whatever. It looked like Cardinal from the Phasma book.
Mm-hmm.
The red stormtrooper dude.
Yes.
Looks like he's there. Wonder what he's gonna do. I think that I'd like to maybe see Holdo. Cause
Yeah, that would be nice.
she kind of just like, it's like popped up in Last Jedi a little bit, which is, I'm not saying that's a bad thing. That's just what characters do.
Yeah, and then she died.
And then she died. But I'd like to see her doing a little more beforehand. I know it's maybe a long shot, but I'd like to see Jason Syndulla. Hera too, but at least Jason.
Really old Hera.
Well, she wouldn't be. She'd be like in her 60s. Let's see.
She's older than Leia.
She's 11 years older than Leia.
Mm-hmm.
So Leia was 20. I don't have to do math.
It's okay. Hera's just gonna be like.
So Hera would be in her early to mid 60s.
Mm-hmm.
Because Leia she's 24 in Return of the Jedi. And then 54, Force Awakens. And so Hera would be 65. I did it.
Good job. I'm proud of you. Yeah. I like Bucket. Bucket seems cool. And awesome. So, yes.
Yeah. Although, I also want to make sure that should Jason and Hera show up in Resistance, I don't want them to... Because I said in Rebels, we don't want too much Rex and Ahsoka, because it's not Clone Wars 2. So then I have to keep myself in check and make sure I'm not focusing too much on the Ghost Crew showing up in Resistance, because Resistance is not Rebels 2. Even though that would be pretty cool, but it's not, so.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we definitely haven't seen the last of the Ghost Crew. They'll crop up, especially Sabine and her hunt for Ezra.
Yes.
Which does not mean they're in love, Internet.
No.
FYI. Sorry, I don't...
No, it's just... I don't understand, like...
Well,
and I get so weirded out because I'm like...
Because it's you and Axel.
Well, that too, but like also, like Dave wanted to prove a thing where like just because they're boy and girl doesn't mean they're automatically just gonna,
well, Dave said a bunch of times now that he wanted them to, he wanted to show that a boy and a girl could have a good and really close and amazing relationship without dating. People don't really want to listen to that, I guess. Well, I'm trying to think, and correct me if I'm wrong, because I am really behind on comics and books. But I think, at least on screen, Sabine and Ezra are only really close, non-related people of boy and girl of around the same age that are really good friends and not more.
Mm-hmm.
I think I'm right about that.
Mm-hmm.
Because with everything else, it's like age gap, or related, or together. Enough.
But they're friendos.
Space siblings.
Yes. So I just... Because Jonah says it a lot on her podcast.
I know. I love Jonah, but I don't like the ship.
I'm like, stop, please.
Please.
You and Axel, please. So it's just weird to me, like, in that way. And also just like, hey, we can just be friends, please.
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 'Cause that is really it, isn't it? Sabine and Ezra. For just being friends. Because Luke and Leia are related.
Mm-hmm.
And... Obi-Wan and Padme weren't really that close. Like, they
The only thing
interacted, like, twice.
The only thing I could really say is, like,
Possibly Rey and Finn, but we still don't know where that's gonna go.
we have no idea. I'm so lost, and I don't know what to do anymore with that. Like,
I could see it going that way.
I feel like Rey's not really into that, or it's just like.
I think there's potential. I don't know. I think, honestly, if it goes either way, I'd be pretty okay with it. I think Rey and Finn would be a pretty great power couple.
Yes.
I think they'd also work great as just friends. I think Rose and Finn would work great if they wanted to decide to just be friends later. Or if they wanted to stay together. Whatever works. They're all awesome people, so.
Yeah. I was gonna say, like, the only thing, because you were saying they're either related, what else is
I said they're either related or far apart in age.
Right. I was thinking more like, I guess technically like Jin and Saw, that's like in the far apart in age thing, but
yeah,
also,
definitely.
Oh, okay. Well, but like also it's more of like a, even though they're not technically related, they're still like,
well,
father.
Yeah, well, Jin was really little when
Yeah.
he picked her up, so he's I'd say he's as much, if not more, of a father to her than Galen was.
Yeah.
I mean, there's some hard feelings with the whole leaving her. But it was for her own safety, so, if you read Rebel Rising, you can kind of get him,
I read it. I still have one more chapter to go, and I haven't touched the book in a while.
It's okay. I'm coming up on almost half a year of reading Phasma. I still have quite a while of that book to go.
I heard it was good.
It is pretty good so far.
Like, I listened to some of the audiobook whenever my dad had it on. That was interesting. I feel bad because I don't know if I said this on the podcast, but we, the Rogue Rebels have a podcast now. Yay. Where we just talk about Star Wars. We just put up one episode, I think last week, just introducing ourselves, and my mom wants to start like a book club where like maybe once a month or whenever we have time we will discuss a book. One of them that she wants to do is Ahsoka, but I've read I think like maybe 2 chapters of Ahsoka, and I feel really bad that I wasn't really into it.
I loved Ahsoka.
I know. I feel really bad because like I love Ahsoka, but I think all this like she's just hanging around places. Like I'm sure in like later in the book it's not just hanging around.
Yeah, later in the book it gets really good. I really like Kaden in that book. Kaden and Miara are so great. I love them.
So yeah, I should probably just go through it, cause I always know that I know that like the first chapters of like a book are never really the most exciting, but when I was reading Rebel Rising, to me that was more exciting, just because Jen is just more interesting to me, I guess, in books, with her life and stuff. So that's what I think. Javier, come here. Talk about our podcast. Our podcast.
Javier?
You guys are doing?
Huh?
Isn't that what you guys are doing?
We're podcasting about our podcast.
How can I help you? Podcast. What do I know about geek girling?
What is you don't have to be a geek girl to podcast on the Star Wars Geek
Okay,
Girl.
I know a lot about geek girls. They want to sleep 13 hours a day. They like to stay in their rooms and use Pinterest a lot.
That is
They started listening
Hey,
discriminating.
that's only one geek girl. I don't use Pinterest.
Okay. Well, this one, I only have limited experience with Star Wars Geek Girls.
You're discriminating.
The other Star Wars Geek Girl,
Oh, no.
very well-behaved, well-mannered, loves taking
You
long
don't know
rides
that.
in cars,
You do not know
dislikes music choices in said cars.
that.
My dad's gonna think it's so funny. You think I'm well behaved and well mannered.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I bet he thinks Lizzie's well-behaved and well-mannered.
Yeah, he does.
um, I was gonna ask. Oh, the other Star Wars geek girl watches Friends all the time.
Oh. Yeah. I'm on season 4 of my 11th time through.
Okay, you're counting.
Yeah.
I think that the Star Wars geek mom would, think that. As opposed to whatever you keep trying to show your mother that she's like, I don't care.
I don't want to show her anything. I think
Anymore?
that's Axel. That's it.
Yeah, it is Axel.
Axel wants to show her
threatening to show her it, and she has no interest in it.
it.
That's not a joke. That was a sentence. It's not a joke at all. Well, you guys need to hurry up because your mom's getting mad that the airflow is not going through to the room because you closed your door. Or till you're done podcasting.
Okay. Well, what is your
Okay, you're a podcaster. You can do this.
What did you like about the Resistance trailer so far?
The trailer?
Yes.
Did
you like the animation? Or
I like the animation
the
style.
Mm-hmm.
The characters I don't really know anything about yet. They all
Except
seem
for that guy that
okay.
ate his pet.
Oh yeah, I like him a lot. You don't
Yes.
even know his name, Star Wars
No.
Geek Girl?
No.
Okay, let me introduce you to Team Fireball. Kaz, Yeager,
Jaeger.
Tam. The girl's name is Tam, the mechanic girl, right?
Jaeger.
Her name is Tam, and the Nikto, his name is Niku. Nikto is Niku, or Niku is a Nikto.
Bucket. You forgot Bucket.
Yeah, but he didn't do anything except hit Kaz in the face with something.
That's awesome. Kaz
was
hasn't done anything
sorry.
yet except fly.
Yeah, I didn't say I was all into Kaz. Yeager sounds cool. I'm jealous of Yeager's voice. That's for sure.
His voice?
Yeah, you didn't hear him? He's like he's all. You can fly for my team, but I don't want anything to do with your mission, or something like that. Super dope. But I can only do that if you listen like right here and real close to me. I can't like walk around and be like, "Hey, what's up, people? The awesome pilot mechanic guy."
It's like Thrawn. Thrawn's
No,
voice.
I think I can do a decent Thrawn like.
But can
at
you
level.
do it? Yeah, could you do
Yeah, I
it?
could be like, Lizzie, I can see from here the art you're admiring is. Yeah, he is a little soft spoken.
Yeah.
Like I can have a conversation with you. With this dude, I have to be like, I don't want to have any part of your mission. I have to like really try. I'm sure other people have awesomer voices than me, like him, for instance. But yeah, his is not easy for me to do, and I'm jealous.
You can do Kanan.
Like Maul has a whisper yell too, but
Yeah.
Maul I feel like you can get loud with his, because his is like a
Yeah.
stage whisper. He's not like. He's like, call me, old master.
What about Kanan?
Yeah, but Kanan.
Can
I
you do a
already know.
Zeb? Have you ever tried to do a Zeb?
Not like him, but I can do like Karabast.
Can
I
you
can
do Hondo?
Well, hello, children. Luckily for you today, I like children. Show me your laser sword. Then be a pirate Jedi. I can do it decent. I just want, yeah. I like Hondo a lot though. But I know so few of his lines. But I like the one where he's on top of the tank and he's like, "This is no longer profitable." And then it's like you just got 18 people killed.
So that's the Resistance.
And leave you alone with the two crazies? Okay. That was pretty good.
Oh, I like the
And
one
then
where
when
he's-
Obi-Wan's like, But we didn't find about his yes, isn't that interesting? When they're going through the wreckage. That's a good one too.
I like when he's talking about Obi-Wan as his friend.
I used to have a best friend who was a Jedi. At least, I think he was my friend. I'm rich! I am dead!
Oh,
How about you do some voices?
R.I.P. for those who are wearing headphones.
I'm not close.
You're loud.
That's true.
I'm wearing headphones and it sounds fine.
Okay.
See?
That's good. What about earbuds?
Let me get all close though.
Oh no.
Is my ally.
Mm-hmm. I can't.
Did you have a question? What was the question?
Resistance.
Oh, Resistance. Yeah, the animation style looks good. I said on my podcast that if the premise of the show is ships and races and pilots, then that was a good animation style because all of the shots of the ships flying and racing and moving, all the ships look super dope.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, that's a good, like, matching the style of the show to the content of the show. That was a good choice, I think.
I don't know why I liked it, but like when they show his name is Kaz.
Kazuda Shiono.
Okay.
It's Japanese.
Doesn't mean
Japanese
I can pronounce
pronunciation
it.
is the same as Spanish pronunciation.
I can't do Spanish
It's so
pronunciation.
easy, dude.
Um,
Everything's one thing. It's English that's dumb.
why is English dumb?
Because they change it every day. No, I before E, except sometimes.
I before E except after C and when sounding like A, like a neighbor and way.
Oh no, don't worry. That letter is silent. Yeah. English is dumb.
I like that when he's in the ship, everything outside of, like, on the windows are blurred out. I don't know why, but I love that
There's
so
more
much.
a depth of feel that we haven't had in Star Wars TV shows. The only time we had it, if you guys notice, in the last 5 or 6 shots of Star Wars Rebels, when she's looking at the picture and then Ahsoka comes, those are the only shots in the entire series where they put a depth of feel and the background is blurred.
Mm-hmm.
So when she kind of turns around and sees Ahsoka's blurry at first. And then the focus shifts to Ahsoka, and then she's blurry. And then when the shot goes back to her putting on her helmet, the photo behind the painting is blurry.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and then when she's walking off, like Ahsoka.
I love that so much.
It's a really cool. It's called depth of field. But if you were like a photographer, those guys they say like, oh, the shot has a nice bouquet.
Bouquet.
It's called a bouquet.
Bouquet.
Or that's what they call it. I don't know why.
Okay.
But if you go up to like any if you're talking to photographers, be like, yeah. I like Star Wars Resistance. I think it has a nice bouquet to all the shots. They'll know. Oh, you know
I
what you're
was
talking
thinking culinary because like there's I can't remember it now, but like it's just an herb thing that you put together in a cheesecloth and then you Sorry.
I was thinking flowers.
Yeah, we were all thinking of different things. It's okay. We were talking about Ahmed Best.
Mm-hmm. Are you guys watching the field notes?
I only watch them when you're watching it.
No, because
Okay.
I'm watching them a lot, and you only watched like one time when I was eating, and you were downstairs.
And you were watching in the car too.
2 times.
Yeah, few times.
2 times.
Few. Well, I don't have YouTube.
That doesn't stop your brother.
I
He's
don't
down
know
here
what he does.
Yeah, he comes downstairs and he watches TV on TV. I said you can use the TV and watch YouTube. You just never do it.
But then I
You're
have
like,
to-
I want Pandora and me on Pinterest instead.
Yeah. I don't know. I wanted to hear your thoughts on that.
Yeah, I mean, it like makes a lot of sense. It sucks that he. I don't want to say it sucks that he waited so long to like come out with all this stuff, but
It's just good that
like
he did
it's
it
good that
anyway.
he is doing it because like it sucks that nobody helped him. Like nowadays, when Kelly Marie Tran gets bullied, people are jumping up and like, what the fuck? Calm down, stupid people.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
But then.
But back then, everybody was like, yeah, so what? Yeah, Jar Jar's dumb. Or they didn't say anything. Or they didn't care. Or you were just at home going like, I like Jar Jar. I don't care. Like, I like episode 1 or whatever it is. Like, and it's not just him. It's like him and Hayden Christensen and like Jake Lloyd. Like a lot of them got bullied. The only one who was saying anything was George Lucas until finally he was like, you know what? I'm gonna sell the company. Let anybody else do it. Like, why would I make great movies for people so they can get mad? You know. But I like that he's coming out about it, and I like that. I'm glad we're in a place now where people can respect and understand what he's saying, and more importantly, that people are willing to listen. More people, I guess, are willing to listen.
People are now trying to support him in these things.
It's sad that it took this long, because he's right. He's been almost 20 years, but it's good that it's happening. You know, better late than never.
Yeah.
It's good that it's happening, and it's good that he's saying that stuff out there, because, like I said, all the people that it's happening to now, you know, Kelly Marie Tran and Ruin Johnson and Kathleen Kennedy and all the other you know, Pablo Hidalgo's getting beat up because now there's a Mexican character in Star Wars or what, you know, like they're, you know, like everything it always boils down to somebody's fault. And then when these people get attacked, it's a good thing that there's a lot of, like, now the community is so much more out there. Like, you see on Twitter, like, you know, what is it, SW Rep Matters, and they, like, try to highlight a different, like, nationality or heritage or culture. Like, they've done, like, Native Americans, they've done, like, you know, Hindu, and, like, they focus on a lot of different minorities, and they, it's just, like, an interesting thing that people are out there supporting change and supporting steps forward. And it's too bad it wasn't around in 99, you know, or that people were just, like, we just weren't that unified and able to, like, I could be at home and be like, the movie's good. I don't know what the hell y'all are talking about, dude. I do backflips now because of Darth Maul. You know, but it's not, like, I guess I'm a different case because I never cared what anybody else said anyway. Oh, that movie's dumb. Yeah, you go ahead and say that. I'm watching it still. It's an effect of my life, whatever you think. Mm-hmm. You know, it doesn't matter how many stars or thumbs up are on the back of the DVD. I'm still gonna buy it. You know, or whatever. You know, talk show says that has Star Wars been ruined? Mm-hmm. You know, but it's tough, but it's also illuminating to see the story of somebody who went through the stuff that people are going through now, but that dude went through it alone. Like, that sucks. Like, nobody stood up for that dude.
Mm-mm. Not even really George Lucas.
Yeah. You know? He defended his character in his movie, but he never, like,
didn't give
stood
credit.
up for that dude.
Didn't give
You know
credit.
what I mean? At least not in the way that you know, anybody listened to. But, you know, in any case, it sounds like he went through it alone. He feels like he went through it alone, and that's the worst part. You know, but I hope that maybe by doing this, you know, hopefully maybe now he can realize that he's not alone anymore, you know what I mean?
Yeah, that there are people willing to support him now.
Right. Or even people now that grew up on his work and loved him growing up their whole life. You know what I mean? That was 20 years ago. People who maybe were 5 years old when they watched him and loved him are now like 25. Now they can be like, yo, I'm a dancer now, or I take place in a community theater, or what, like something that he inspired. Like, he was a big, like, hey, no, like, Andy Serkis is great and everything, but I got into, like, motion capture because of you, of what you did, because that is what inspired me. You know, I don't know. You know, mm-hmm. But I'm curious to see where it goes. I'm really interested in listening to it. I totally subscribe to that channel, and I want to see what he puts together. And he lives here, and if he does a one-man show live somewhere, I'm going.
Yeah.
Like, I want to go. I want to support that dude. I was never a Jar Jar fan, but Jar Jar never took me out of the story, or I didn't hate Jar Jar. I was just like, yeah, I like Qui-Gon. I like really cool Jedi. I'm not a big fan of, like, clumsy dudes.
Yeah,
but he's funny, and he makes me laugh, and he was good in the story. And it's like, that's part of what the story is. The story of Episode 1 is everybody has their place, and, like, nobody is worthless. Like, Obi-Wan and Qui-Gon are racist jerks. Every time they go anywhere, like, Qui-Gon's like, I didn't exactly come here to free slaves. And Obi-Wan's like, why do I get the feeling we've picked up another pathetic life form? You know what I mean? But it's because of Jar Jar, and Jar Jar's the one who saves everybody. Like, it's because talking with Jar Jar that Queen Amidala is able, like, to come up with a plan to save their people, and it's by unifying their people, you know, that they save their planet and working together. And he's the one who does it.
Right.
You know? It's like this place of pride that nobody's willing to commit, or even perceived pride. Who knows, whatever. All we know is that the dude is like, wait. You guys don't think you're smarter than us? Okay, let's be best friends. Like, and that's the only complaint, but all we know is like, oh, you know, these guys, they're not going to find us, and our cities are hidden. But there's obviously a huge cultural rift between the Gungans and the Naboo. And it's really cool to see that later they work together so much. Now the Gungans are out on the swamps farming, and like out, you know, like later you see that they work together. Like now Jar Jar is a senator for the Gungans because like now they can have representation and somebody speaks for their people. You know,
it's
where
interesting
before,
that it's him, but
well, I mean,
know, it's okay.
You know, you win some, you lose some.
He's
but
trying.
he was trying. You know, I'm sure they could have picked somebody else. Boss Leone didn't seem like a bad dude.
Yeah. He helped.
Wait, no, Boss Leone was the bad dude. Which one was the other guy?
What?
Boss Leone was the guy that got killed? Do you remember the Kagemusha episode of Clone Wars?
I think, is that with Grievous?
Season 4, yes.
When they're capturing?
I know what you're talking about, but I can't think of the name.
The guy looks and sounds like Jar Jar, and then he dies.
Yeah.
Jar
Then takes his place, so like, yeah.
It's based off of an old... Zoe, have you ever watched Kagemusha?
No.
This Kagemusha is a... that director that George Lucas really likes. Akira Kurosawa.
Yeah, him. I know him.
It's a Kurosawa movie, and it's kind of about the same thing. So it's like the emperor or whatever is killed, and they get a double to stand in. But it's like even better and crazier because it's like a 3-hour movie, and the dude starts to believe that he's the emperor, and then it just goes into really weird places. Like he doesn't want to do it. He's like a homeless guy that just happens to look like the emperor, and they clean him up. And he doesn't want to do it, but they're like, dude, we'll feed you and stuff. But then he like has a vision, and then he wants to do it, but then he wants to be the emperor.
Oh.
It's gangster. That movie's dope. You know, so if you should, it's a good movie to watch. But yeah, Jar Jar is a cool guy, and Ahmed Best is a cool guy.
Yeah,
and real people who work hard to put out real things don't deserve your stupid comments because you got mad at a movie. That means you're dumb. Like, just stop watching the movie, dude. You don't need to tell Ryan Johnson that you would have preferred, you know, Luke Skywalker to tiptoe through AT-ATs, and you wanted him to pull down a Star Destroyer out of the sky because that looked really cool in a comic book you read. Mm-hmm. That's not his fault. That's you, because you don't understand meanings and what a hero really is. You're a fan of wrestling, I think.
Right.
Yeah, you want simple tricks in video games. Like, that's not anybody's fault but your own.
Yeah.
Get your expectations in check, yo. Is that all?
Yeah, you did pretty good.
Yeah.
I have Star Wars Geek Girled.
You should have came earlier when we were talking about that and how dumb people are.
Oh, that is my specialty. Dumb people are my speciality.
Speciality.
That's how Obi-Wan says it. Hello there, Twitter. Okay, hurry up, because your mom's... This feels good.
Just leave it open, it's
Yeah,
fine.
it's good.
That was Fathier and his speciality.
I feel like he, in much quicker time than both of us did combined, said that way better.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh.
Okay. At least we were able to, like, do, like, now 2 hours of podcasting.
It's his Jedi wisdom. You know, he just has a way with words.
Yes. Mm-hmm. That is Fathier. That's what he do. I was gonna say something. Now I'm confused on what I was gonna say. Oh well. Probably not important then. But then I realized later that it was important, and I feel
And then you
stupid.
ruined the podcast.
Yes, I'm so sorry.
I don't know. We covered stupid people. We covered resistance.
Mm-hmm. Sounds good.
I don't know. Hasn't been much. I don't think. I don't know. Not much news. It's been, I don't want to say chill, because lately it's kind of felt like the Star Wars fandom has been constantly, like, I feel like I've used this metaphor before, but sometimes, a lot of the time lately, Star Wars fandom as a whole feels like an on-fire garbage can rolling down the highway. So, but calm, like, I don't want to say calm, but calm, like, the fire's going out a little bit and we're going a little slower in the garbage can, you know?
Yeah. Just... Well... I'm sad.
I don't know, everyone just needs to...
Chill.
Yeah. Take a giant
Giant
chill pill.
Yes. And just gulp it down with some positivity.
Yeah.
And then they'll be okay. And they'll be fine. Tis very sad that people will not take the giant chill pill with positivity. Can we force it down their throat?
I'm sure there's a way.
Yeah, I think so too. There has to be. I don't know. Just like tie them to a chair and like spread their eyelids open so they can't close, and then have them watch like 24-hour video on how to be nice to people. Just brainwash them that way.
Yeah. Sounds like good brainwashing.
It's a good idea.
Yeah.
I'm proud of myself.
Yeah. Smart.
Yeah.
I don't know. Why are people the way that they are?
Because
Because they're
like
stupid.
And then I'm sad because like those people might have children if they ever come out of the basement. And then like they'll have kids and they'll teach those kids all the things that they know, and then it'll just keep going. I mean, sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes, like, some of the kids grow up and they're like, no, I have my own opinion on what's what, which is always good. But I'm just worried because these people will not stop. So, yeah. Yeah.
Do you have any,
I don't think so. Just people should be nicer to each other and more open. If they don't like something, then that's okay, but just don't be a jerk face. So yeah. Still talking about jerk faces dead. Yeah, I think that's what. Do you have anything else to say?
No, I'm pretty much out
Out of
words
insult
to describe
faces.
stupid people.
Yeah, that's just how you describe them. That's how it be.
Yeah.
I feel like sometimes when we have episodes where we just talk about stupid people, it goes on for longer.
Well,
And
there's a lot to say about them because they never shut up.
right, and they should just chill out, and I don't know, just crawl out of that basement. Go meet some
I don't want them to leave the basement. I don't want to encounter these people in real life.
Okay.
They can
right.
stay in the basement.
Okay. But how do we teach them to behave?
I don't know. I don't keep them in the basement. Lock them away.
But
Take away their internet.
Okay, that's better. Yeah, that's better. I feel like we should just, if one more person says, I hate Star Wars, just take away their Star Wars movies. Take away all social media. I almost said something social media. Social. Divorce. Take away their social media that involves any kind of Star Wars, and then hopefully they'll be a happier person.
Hopefully. They know there's other movies, right? Like, they don't have to watch Star Wars. They can watch... What else? There's Marvel, Star Trek, I don't know.
Or there's Corey, who is a great guy. He's awesome. It's nice. But all he watches is Star Wars and Marvel. So every time we...
That's valid. You know, I support Corey. I would never do that to myself, but I support him.
Right, but so... Which is awesome. Marvel and Star Wars is awesome. But... whenever we try to reference, or my dad tries to reference a movie, he's always so confused because he doesn't watch other movies. So I don't know where I was going with that, but Corey.
All right, I feel like we're both really running out of words.
Yeah, we got to Corey. I think really running out.
Resistance just needs to come out so we can just have more positive things to talk about.
Yes.
I'm sick of talking about stupid people.
Well,
I feel like you have to. You can't just ignore it, but I don't like talking about it.
I feel like we shouldn't ignore it. We don't have to talk about it every podcast.
Yeah.
Definitely feel like we shouldn't ignore it.
Well, yeah, we can't ignore it.
Yeah.
I think people ignoring it for so long is what got us here.
Yeah. So, because those people...
I mean, that's not the only reason we're here.
Right. Right. It's just because, like you've said, they don't know the consequences of saying all these horrible things to people. Which I guess technically... I mean,
the consequences aren't necessarily on them.
Right.
The consequences hurt other people, which they might not care about at all, which seems likely at this point.
Right. It's just, because they can't really... The person that's saying these horrible things can't really get any consequences except, getting kicked off of Twitter or, being blocked, but even that, it's still giving them attention, except maybe the Twitter, getting kicked off of Twitter, or whatever social media they're using. So, I don't know, it's just a thing.
Are the sirens on your side?
Yeah, they're probably...
They're coming for the stupid people.
Yeah. A stupid person came out of their basement and tried to attack living beings.
Yeah.
And actually got consequences.
So, I feel like we're both just sad now from talking about stupid people.
Let's talk about the cool people that are amazing. Just really quick, just another 5 minutes maybe.
Yeah, I got time.
Yeah, let's just, all the people standing up for them, how we're trying to create positivity and trying to teach people, grown adults, how to be nice and just calm themselves. Oh, there is, really quick, there was this little girl in Long Beach Comic-Con. I went yesterday. She was super nice and super sweet. And she was saying how she wanted to be a Sabine, and she wanted to, because she had her haircut. She had her haircut, and it was so cute. And then she had I keep forgetting that name. The one where Jin goes undercover. Is that Ground Crew? Don't remember what it's called.
I genuinely don't remember the names of any of those episodes.
This episode?
Or the thingies, whatever they are. I don't know.
Yeah, it's okay.
I know what you're talking about. I know what I'm talking about. I just don't know how to articulate it.
No, got you. So, yeah, she was just adorable, and I gave her our Star Wars Geek Girl card, and she says she's in Galactic Academy, and she's so sweet, and I always feel so awkward. Like, I try so hard not to be, but it was fine. It was awesome, and she was just so cute. I couldn't tell. I can't tell ages with kids anymore, because there are like high schoolers in my school where they look either like super mature, and I'm like, that guy looks like he could be like 20 or something, or that girl looks like she's 13. Anyway, so money's dropped. So just, I don't know, she was really cute. She was super awesome, and trying to think of other positive things that have been coming up. Oh, so that kid, positivity, actually. So that kid, on the news, he was bullied and beat up, and when people were asking him why he didn't fight back, he said it was because it was not the Jedi way. That kid, came to Long Beach Comic-Con, and he, Rebel Legion made him an honorary member, and he was given a lightsaber, and he has Jedi costume now, and he was given a medal by Princess Leia. I thought that was really, really cool.
That's so cute. I love those kind of thingies.
Yeah, so he seemed really happy, and he came over to the Super Guild table, and we taught him some stuff, and super shy but super cute, so small. And his mom was really nice, and it's funny because his mom is named Lizeth, and my mom is named Lizeth. I'm technically a Lizeth. So it was just funny. Yeah, that was a good time. We have pictures, and I think my parents might post. We're not really sure yet. But yeah, he seemed to have a good time, and we gave him patches and pins and challenge coin. So yeah, that was nice. Positivity.
Positivity.
Yes. Do you have any positivity?
I can't think of any right now off the top of my head. I haven't been able to troop much lately, because a lot of troops are like on weekends and stuff, and I've been like working on the weekends.
Mm-hmm.
So it's hard to troop.
Right.
But I'm almost done with works. So I have a con coming up, so maybe I'll have positivity stories after that. Which, I'm supposed to talk about that. Also.
Mm-hmm.
Nice accidental segue. At Keystone Comic-Con in Philadelphia next weekend, there's going to be a Star Wars Geek Girl panel. So I'm going to be there. And Jonah Marie from the Wookiee Gunner is going to be there. She's going to do the panel with me. I think. And Lizzie might call in. We have to work out stuff, but
yeah,
you could call in.
I'm sure I'll be able to.
Yeah. So, if you're going to Keystone Comic-Con, you should come see my panel. It's on Sunday from 1:15 to 2:15. And we're going to talk about, Star Wars and stuff. And yeah, we got a sign for it. The sign is taller than me.
Yes.
Which makes me kind
And
of
me,
sad.
apparently.
Yeah, and you. It's 5 feet and 9 inches.
Yep, that's taller than me.
Yeah. So, that's that.
Mm-hmm.
And my knee just cracked. Yeah.
Not too much positivity.
Yeah, I don't know. We should like put a limit on how long we can talk about stupid people, because now I'm just sad.
No, don't be sad.
You need like a stupid timer. It's like, alright, 10 minutes, no more. Then you talk about positivity.
For 30 minutes.
Yes.
That would be good. I'm sure it'll get better. It's just, it slowly is.
I think after the initial blow up of Last Jedi, it has been getting better. A little bit.
Yeah.
It was like, it's up and down, I think. But lately I feel like ever since the whole, I think like E.K. Johnston stuff, I feel like it's been getting better. Hopefully it won't get worse again.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully we're on a road. Hopefully the dumb people decide to go away.
Yeah. Or just realize that this is not a thing that you should be dedicating your life to. And I was talking about that with my dad. Like, there are people that, like you and me, that technically dedicate our life to Star Wars, but like, it's not, when something goes not how we want it to go, or like when we dislike something, it doesn't ruin our lives. Like, in a positive way, Star Wars, we're dedicated to Star Wars, like with our podcasts and like trooping for charity and all this stuff. So there's like a good and bad way to dedicating yourself to something. So, I don't know. That's just, I'm not sure what I was going with that, but yeah.
No, I get it. Like I think there's a difference in the way we do it. Like, we try to, like you said, we do podcasts and we generally talk about the things we like. In a case like this where it's just too much stuff to ignore, talk about what we don't like, but we don't harass people over it. And like, I don't know about you, I'm assuming you don't do this, but like, when I think about Star Wars, I think of the stuff I like. That makes me happy.
Right.
The stuff I don't like is not usually in the front of my mind.
Yeah, there's not a lot of things that I don't like about Star Wars, so, most of it is just positivity. So, yeah.
But then there's the people that they only ever want to talk about the parts they don't like.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just, like, I don't know, I feel like these people aren't even Star Wars fans, because you never hear them talk like, oh, I really like that part in, like, Return of the Jedi, where, whatever happens. Like, they just talk about on and on about how much they hate the new stuff.
Right.
Like, they know they don't have to watch it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, the EU didn't suddenly implode upon Disney buying Star Wars.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's still there. You can still read it if you want.
There are some things I hate that, like, not of Star Wars. There's, like, where people do, like, reviews on different movies and stuff, but they only, look at the bad stuff, and then they rate the movie as bad. And then when people go to, watch reviews on a movie to, like, think, oh, should I watch this or should I not? There's a lot of negative ones where then people are like, I guess my uncle does this a lot, where he'll see, like, a review on a movie, and then when we're actually watching, like, when my when my dad or whatever, we're watching it, and then he comes in and he's like, well, wait, isn't this movie really bad? Like, have you seen it? He's like, no, but YouTube says. I'm like, but have you seen it? So just bad things happening with, like, people doing that. Like, only, like, for those that are spreading the negativity to others. Yeah, stupid motorcycles.
Motorcycle.
Yeah. Yeah. Just thing. I think we're running out of stuff.
Yeah.
And it's just getting...
We'll be more positive next time. I promise.
Yes.
That's my promise. If we break that promise, you can punch me in the face.
No.
I
That's
don't
not
know.
positive.
I don't know.
Just-
We'll be positive. No
Yes.
stupid people next week.
Yes. No stupid people. We'll just talk about amazing people.
Yes.
What if... Okay, wait. What if we have slight homework? So we just find a positive person and then explain why they're positive.
Okay. Like in the Star Wars fandom, I'm assuming.
Yes. Duh.
Okay.
Zoe.
Well, I just wanted to clarify. Okay. That's our homework.
Yes.
Alright, that'll be easy.
Yeah.
'Cause there are lots of positive people. And honestly, I feel like in general, the positive people or the people who are just in the middle heavily outnumber the negative people. I just feel like the negative people are louder.
Right. It could be like a celebrity in Star Wars, or just like, just, it could be anyone, I guess. And Star Wars fandom.
Yeah.
Because I was thinking you could do someone like, I don't know, Carrie Fisher, or you could do Andy Gutierrez, or,
That's who I was thinking already.
or like Jonah, even Jonah, because
Yeah.
Jonah's cool. Yeah.
Jonah's cool except when she ships Sabezra.
So, yeah, no.
We love her though.
Yes,
It's
we
a
do.
forgivable offense for her.
Yes. Yeah, so let's do that. That's our homework.
Alright, I can do that homework. That's not a lot of homework.
No, it's not. It doesn't have to be in writing. I'm not going that far into it.
Okay, good.
Please.
You should be a teacher. You give good homework. It's not a lot of work.
You just write stuff down on an index card or something, or
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah.
Alright, so I guess we'll wrap it up now that we've assigned ourselves homework.
Yes.
Alright, so I was Zoe.
I was Lizzie.
Thank you for listening to Star Wars Geek Girl. We promise more positivity next week.
Yes.
Thank you for listening, and may the Force be with you, and goodbye.
Bye-bye.